Hi everyone, it's Polar's Lights and Signals. We are back with part 2 on my General Electric M250 CrimeFighters. And today we are going to go over the Mercury one. But real quick, I just want to say everyone, thank you guys for watching. And Merry Christmas to everyone. I know this is a Christmas time right now for everyone, so Merry Christmas, and hope everyone is safe and warm and hopefully getting some streetlights for Christmas. So yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this one. Here, let's redo that. Hi everyone, it's Polar's Lights and Signals. I just want to say a Merry Christmas to everyone who is currently celebrating right now. I know this video might be out a bit late or a little bit early, who knows, but I'm still at my dad's here in this video, and we are going to continue with part 2 on my General Electric CrimeFighters. Now, if you guys are new to my channel and haven't seen the first part, I'll put the video down in the description below. Please go watch the first part that I did on this one before you watch this video, because that's where a lot of the history information will be regarding these fixtures. But as for you guys who've already watched part 1 and now coming here into part 2, let's go ahead and get started with this one. So this right here is my 1980s General Electric M250R1 Chicago Crime Fighter in 175 watts mercury vapor. So this one is a very, very special, and I think a very rare version of the M250R1 Crime Fighter, because this one is mercury vapor. And if you guys know, the ones in Chicago, that the M250R1 Crime Fighters, they're all high pressure sodium. So why is this one mercury vapor? And you know, what's the meaning of this thing? Like, why does this exist? So I have no idea, but I did make a point in the last video of how not only were these fixtures being sold to Chicago for their spec, I think General Electric also made these available for other customers who wanted them. Because this fixture right here, I have another aunt that lives down south. She is a traveling nurse, and she happened to come across this. I'll have to ask her where she got it from. I haven't done that yet just because I've been so busy. But she got this down south, and she stopped. A lineman was taking it down, and she asked if she could get it to give to me. And of course, the guy was really nice, so he gave it to her to give it to me. And this thing is in really good condition, and this is definitely how you can tell it came from down south. It's very clean compared to my other one. You can see there's a lot of dirt in it, but this one is nice, and there's really no rust or corrosion of any sorts in here. But this one is a 175 watt 120/240 version, so I can plug it in the 120, which is nice, unlike my other one. And it's a slight bit different, obviously, other than the lighting type it uses. It's a slight bit different than the one we just looked at. One being the photocell, as you can obviously see. The photocell is actually at its normal height. But not only is it at its normal height, oh, hello, finger. Not only is that at its normal height, but the housing is slightly different too. For the most part, the housing is the same, but the details are slightly molded differently. So up here, the little detail is actually flat up here. It's flat, it disappears. And not only does it have that, but if we go in the bottom here, you can still see the General Electric logo and the big C, but we actually have a NEMA sticker on it, and that is a GE NEMA sticker. So yeah, pretty cool. And this is definitely one reason why I can tell it's a newer version, because it has the NEMA sticker. It's a later 1980s General Electric M250 Crime Fighter, and General Electric in 1985 redesigned all their stuff. The General Electric M250, M400, and a few other various fixtures were redesigned. Now, they did continue to make the General Electric Crime Fighters after these 70s versions, but of course after the 90s they got rid of them. But yeah, this is like before the M250R2 came out. So this is probably one of the last versions of this Crime Fighter. But this is super cool. It's cool to see one of these in mercury, because the original M250R, or just M250, whatever you want to call it, Crime Fighters from the 60s that weren't the Chicago variants, They were all mercury. None of them were high pressure sodium or anything else, and that's because they were in, like I said, around here in the 60s. So it's cool to see this in mercury vapor too, because I never ever thought one existed until my aunt got it for me, and I'm so excited I have it now, and I'm definitely going to keep it. And I can't wait. Hopefully my goal is to get an older crime fighter from the 60s, the very first one, so someday I can do a comparison to it. But yeah, I'm really glad to have this mercury one right here. But yeah, anyway, all right, go ahead and get a little closer now, and we'll just kind of take an overall look at it again. Like I said, it's pretty much the same. It's molded the same. It's still a slight bit rough, although it's a little smoother than the other one. It has the same details except for the fact that it's kind of faded up there. But yeah, overall, same shape and design. Like I said, it's the same on the bottom here, other than the NEMA sticker, of course. You got this bucket refractor, which has some stickers on it, which this is a replacement, and I'll explain that in a moment here. But yeah, if we go up to the top, we can take a look at the top. Of course, you got that spot for your level. I'm sorry, my hands are kind of frozen from being out in the cold. You got the two slip fitter bolts that come up to the top housing. These ones are much nicer, not rusty, because like I said, this came from down south where there's no bad weather or salt, so no rust there. And then here is the photo cell socket, and this is another reason why I think this is definitely a pre 1985 M250 R1 crime fighter, because this is actually the photo cell socket they used on all their redesigned stuff. The newer ones after this were slightly different. Now with this one, to adjust it, all you got to do is undo these two screws here that loosen a spin plate. Once that is loose, you can spin this around to wherever you want your north position to be. And then of course, once you have it where you want it, you just tighten the screws back down and you're good to go. And yeah, but the later versions, they changed that. They got rid of the spin plate, and all you had to do was pull up on it to twist it, which I have a couple fixtures. If you hadn't seen my M400 R2 from 1985, that one's like that too, and it's the same as this one. But this one is still screwed down in the old fashion that all the older ones were. But the only difference, of course, like I said, this is the newer one that would go onto that type of housing. This one I took apart, and it has the little divots under it so you can adjust it like that. Of course, this one has the screw holes as well that are provided for the older stuff. But you can see, of course, that the detailing is definitely different. It still says North here in General Electric, and that really nice lettering they got. But this is not a Bakelite photocell socket either. It's a really nice plastic one. I think it may be Bakelite, but it feels more like a nylon plastic of some sorts. But it is still extremely nice, and I do like it a lot. So yeah, no problems there. It's just kind of another example as to how new this M250R1 is. So yeah, really cool to know I have a pre-1985 pre-M250R2 M250R1 crime fighter. So yeah, with that out of the way, let me go ahead and open this thing up now. Here is the latch on the front. It's pretty much the same. Mine's a little sticky for some reason, but I gotta pull it up really high. But yeah, once you get it up and open like that, oh, there we go. Yeah, it's stiff. Just swing the door down. Of course, we got the same problem in my case as to where the bucket refractor sits out so far. That's gonna hit the pole. So all you gotta do to undo it is twist this like that to get it loose. And of course, you got that notch here. You just want to lift out slightly. If I can do it on camera. Lift out slightly and twist. This one's kind of stupid. There we go. Just twist it. That'll come down there. And voila. The refractor is out. And of course, coming back up in here, you just lift the door far back enough to where you can lift it up and off like so. And woo, my frozen hands can't hold it. The door is off. So let me go ahead and set this door on the ground and we can take a closer look at it. Alright, so here is the door. You can see it's a really nice. Again, we can look at the logoing on it. You can see have the C and the GE logo. And I think it's actually embossed a lot more nicely on this one than it is on the other Crime Fighter. So yeah, it's a nice, clean, and crisp in mold. Of course, you got the lovely NEMA sticker, and you got 2 drip holes in case any moisture gets inside. And you can see that this has not had a lot of moisture inside it. It's extremely nice and clean. Here you got the tab to hold the refractor down. It's nice and clean as well. And here is that lovely barn latch they used on these. Got this really nice thick piece of cast aluminum with these nice stainless steel rods here that clamp onto the top housing. So yeah, really nice complex construction there. I really love it. And you got the nice round opening for the bucket refractor. So let me go ahead now and jump around the camera and we can look at that. Alright, so you can see I got 2 refractors here. I got one here and one here. And the reason why is because this is actually not original to the fixture. In the meantime, while I was getting a replacement, I went on the Forum Plastics website and got a temporary replacement. So Forum Plastics is a company that specializes in making replacement refractors for different manufacturers. And they make them for American Electric, Westinghouse, and General Electric. And they use the same patents, designs to make the same exact molds for their fixtures. Of course, they made the bucket one for GE, and I went ahead and bought one, but the only difference is obviously it's not labeled as GE, and you got some minor detail differences. You don't got that line like the other one does. And I actually had to modify it, so I had to cut out that notch there so it would fit in there correctly. So if any of you guys get Crime Fighters and need replacement bucket refractors, I definitely recommend getting these if you can. They're really fairly cheap. I only spent like $60 on this, so pretty good deal. It is a nice clean polycarbonate refractor. It's high quality, but you will have to modify it, just so you know. But once you do that, it's good to go. But yeah. But if we bring the other one up here, this is exactly what it should have, and the original ones really weren't like completely clear. They had a little bit of a haze to them, and I guess that's to help soften the light a bit. But yeah, this is a replacement I got off of eBay. This one just went to a high bay fixture, but it's the same thing. It'll still work. You can see here you got these nice tags on it, and you can see it was actually made for a metal halide mercury fixture, and it was actually made in 2003. So yeah, it's fairly nice as well. Same details. Of course, you got all the nice GE stuff on it. They got the lines. And if we go here, you can see the GE logo again. So it's embossed on there pretty nicely. They did stamp it on, though, I can tell, because you can see there's some kind of like edge marks on the plastic, but not bad at all. It's a really, really nice refractor. And again, it's thick. It's really durable. And I really like it. And this is actually a 4-way design. There are 2-way designs. I don't know if they were used on the Crime Fighters, but this is a 4-way design, just so you guys know. So if you do get these, or of course the Forum Plastics variants for your Crime Fighters, make sure you get the 4-way refractors. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description below to their website if you guys want to check them out. I definitely recommend going there. I bought a couple Forum Plastics refractors from Forum Plastics, and they make very high quality plastic stuff. Even though I am a fan of glass, you know, if I can get it in plastic and get it nice, I will definitely try. So go ahead and go check out the website if you guys feel like it. And if you need the refractor, I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Alright, so we're inside the fixture now, and you can see it's fairly the same, but let's do one thing at a time now. You see you got the bolts coming in from the top. You got the same galvanized clamp, and you can see it's in really good shape from it being down south. Super, super clean. Moving over here, you can see the sticker, and yeah, it does have the label in it. Again, it was in really good condition from being down south. And if you want to pause the video and to just kind of look over the specs, you can do so if you want. But yeah, you can see it says lamp 175. Line volts 12240, got your lamp type and all your other information. And of course, like I said, it's a 12240. So this is a CWA ballast in here. So you got your ballast and your capacitor buddy there. So yeah, and you can see the ballast from right here on the back side the best. It's a really high quality. I really like it. You got really nice clean copper coils there, and you got nice, they're on nice, like, I don't know what you call those, but they're on those nice little rolls, those black plastic rolls. So really cool. And the core is really nice too, just very clean from being down south, and it's held in by this really nice fabricated piece of metal here that basically just screws into the top housing and just presses it down. So it's fairly simple. And of course your terminal strip, screw strip, whatever you want to call it, is connected to that as well. So yeah, of course this is definitely another example, and I didn't even think about this until now, another example of the pre-M250 R2, M400 R2 stuff. This terminal is different. You got the spades that plug right into it, and then you got just one set of screws on the one side to get your wires connected to it. So this is definitely what the later M250, M400 stuff used. So pretty nice, but it's still pretty nice. It's just Bakelite mold, and it's all nice clean metal and in really good condition. So yeah, I can't say that enough. And here is the capacitor. It's a nice GE capacitor, and I tested this too, and it still works. So yeah, pretty cool. And you can see the photocell socket up in there, kinda. Now you got the wires in the way. You're messing up the focus. There it is. Hey, photocell socket. So yeah, and you can actually vaguely see those little holes for the newer setups. But yeah, you can see the bottom side with that spin plate, really nice. And all the wiring here, all this kind of hodgepodge wire. Oh, hey, there's the ballast again. Hey, ballast. So yeah, there's the ballast again. Like I said, it's really nice. And you got lots of plugs there. Of course, to wire it for 240, you just got to move some of the jumpers around to get that voltage. But yeah, they make it easy by having these really nice spade plugs. So I really like that. And then your two wires, which you can see some crimping up there. I'll explain that in a minute here. But they go in to the top through that little rubber thing and into the socket. So yeah, if you're wondering why the wires are patched right there, well, with this being a mercury vapor, the wires dry rotted and the coating fell off, so I had to run new wires coming into here. So yeah, not a huge deal, but just one thing I have to repair. And yeah, the reflector's the same on this. It's just another stamped, or excuse me, just a stamped piece of aluminum here, but it is really nice and it's very freaking clean. If we go up in here, you can see the socket is mounted exactly the same as my other one. You got these two pieces of metal here, and you got your low, medium, and high vertical adjustments, and you got horizontal adjustments as well. So really, really nice. And you got some air holes actually up in there. I think they were in the last one too. I guess to help with some of the ventilation and the help to have the heat release. There is a little spacer up there. Pretty cool, and it's just screwed into the top housing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And this gasket, like my other one, is a nice black rubber gasket. Very high quality. Again, I like these over the neoprene ones. They don't crack, dry rot, or fall out. They always, for the most part, keep their flexibility. So pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can see the mercury lamp here that I'll be using for this fixture. Of course, like I said, this is 120, so I can definitely run this out here. It's just a standard Sylvania modern mercury lamp, but it's brand new, so I haven't even ran it yet. So I can't wait to run that. And talking about running this, let me go ahead and put this back together. Wait till it gets dark, and we can watch this warm up. All right, you can see I got my M250 set up, and it's now nighttime. Go ahead and take it off of that. And yeah, I can still see it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This is my 1980s General Electric M250R1 Chicago CrimeFighter in 175 watts mercury vapor in 1, 2, 3. right. You can see it kicked on, and it does have a little bit of a hum to it. Turn this to the side a bit. If it will go. Oh my gosh, it looks so good under this beautiful snow that we're having right now. Oh, this is not turning at all. There we go. Right there. Alright. Let's go ahead and watch it warm up. Okay, we are at full brightness. Now, the tree light is up high and my camera's down low, so let me pull a ladder over here. Alright, let's go ahead and get up here. Wow, look how wonderful it is. Really, really awesome. It's a little hard to get a good shot of it in the air, but yeah, you can see just how nice it looks. I'm using a slightly different camera just because for this shot. But yeah, you can see the lovely GE logo there. Of course, it's a foggy glass, so you really... I'm sorry. Of course, it's a foggy refractor, so you can't really see the lamp in there, but it really kind of... It gives it a very nice, soft glow. I really love it, especially with the phosphor lamp that's in there. And you can see the logoing there on the bottom, and NEMA tag, and yeah. Really, really lovely. On top here we got the lovely photocell sockets. You can see that lovely detailing again. Of course, if we go on to the front, you can get a view of the latch. And take a look at the logo again. Oh, where is it? Oh, hey there, GE logo. It's very beautiful under the snow. Look at the bottom side too, pretty nice. And yeah, it's a really beautiful fixture. Alright, I think a really good way to end the video here would be to go ahead and turn on this Crime Fighter as well and see it side by side with the other one. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. The high pressure sodium Crime Fighter is now lit all the way up, and my gosh, talk about a difference in light temperature. The mercury vapor looks bluer now actually on camera than it did before with the high pressure sodium. But yeah, wow. So you got the high pressure sodium version and then the really rare mercury version of this M250R1. Now, now we're towards the end of this video. I do want to say, because I noticed that people get the M250 Crime Fighter and then these M250R1 Crime Fighters, they get them confused. These are not the same as the M250 as the regular M250 CrimeFighters, especially the Mercury one. These both are exactly the same, and they are the Chicago variants, not just the regular ones from the 60s, so don't get those confused. Of course, that's why, you know, you guys need to watch the entire videos, because I find that a lot of people miss information that I say. So please, hopefully you got to through this entire video. But yeah, they look really amazing together. And gosh, I'm so happy I got a chance to do a video on them. They are really awesome fixtures, and just there's nothing cooler when it comes to older GE stuff than these things. Hopefully one day I can obtain an original M250 Crime Fighter from the 60s, so I can do a comparison with this one, because that would be a very I would definitely be a video I would do for sure, as they are definitely different. And of course, like I said, I didn't know these existed. This variant existed, Mercury Vapor, so having that makes me feel very special to have it, because I'm sure no one else even knows they exist. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Like I said in my vlog, after I think next is my traffic light video. I may or may not upload that, but like I said, I'm really busy with my classes right now, and unfortunately I'm going to need to spend some more time on that. So don't get sad. I will do some videos soon, but they might be a little bit slower. But I did have a good year of streetlight collecting and definitely doing some videos, and I want to thank everyone for subscribing and you know, being very dedicated to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's next year, let's make a New Year's resolution to get up to past 1,000 subscribers. That would really make me very happy. And of course, if there's anything I haven't mentioned about these M250 Crime Fighters in this video, please let me know down below if there's any information you guys can provide. Because especially the fact that the Chicago Crime Fighter, knowing that it was probably sold outside of Chicago, you know, it's really interesting, and I definitely would like to know more about that, if there is any evidence on that. So yeah. And of course, if you guys, if anyone lives outside of Chicago, or I guess in Chicago too, if anyone actually knows where any of these crime fighters are still at, please take photos. Feel free to share locations so that people can go and see them, and hopefully, you know, save them someday if they ever get taken down. I will say, and I didn't mention at the start of this two-parter, but when it comes to the city of Chicago, they are very strict about giving away streetlights. When they take stuff down, they have to destroy it. There's a contract that they go by. So the only reason why I got this Chicago Crime Fighter, like I said, was because my aunt found it for sale. So someone must have gotten it back then when they didn't have that contract. But the city of Chicago, if you are watching this video right now, there are lots of streetlight collectors out there that really love these Chicago Crime Fighters. You know, there's groups, there's website forums, and just there's like thousands of people who really adore these things. And I know you guys have a contract that you guys have to go by to throw stuff away, but I really would recommend that you and your contractors try to hold on to this stuff, as it's very sentimental to people, and there are people who would probably give you guys lots of money, because I know that's what you guys want for this metal, lots of money for these fixtures. So if you're watching this, I ask, you know, just please, you know, think about the people who want this stuff, because people would love to preserve these things and, you know, and put them up in their own places just to have as novelties and antiques, you know. So yeah, please, if you're watching this video, just think about that. But anyway, well, I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, and I appreciate you guys for watching, being subscribed, and I hope you guys all have a good rest of your Christmas and have a good New Year's, and I will see you next year. Goodbye, everyone.